What's up, yo? Big Cat 305 here. What's up, yo? Big Cat 305 here. When did they get a dog?
I don't know. That's not the next door, that's the other neighbor.
Alright, there we go. What's up, yo? Big Cat 305. I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's for taste.
Don't stop shooting.
I'm not.
Alright, you ready? What's up, yo? Big Cat 305 here. Today we're going to be making Mexican chicken tacos on the Blackstone. Let's do it. Now I'm freaking playing. What's up, yo? Big Cat 305 here. Today we're going to be making Mexican chicken tacos on the Blackstone. Let's do it.
Mr. Worldwide. It's like deja vu, baby.
I've got some boneless chicken thighs. I've already trimmed off the excess fat, and I'm just going to slice these up into nice, real small cubes. You can also use ground chicken for this if you can get it. You know, it's available in most stores, but I had some chicken thighs left over, so I decided to use them, and we're going to speed up the process just a bit. And there's our finished product. So I did this the night before. Here's our spices. We have ground cumin. All of these are a teaspoon. We have some chili powder. We have a teaspoon of paprika. We have another teaspoon of oregano. Okay. And then we're gonna add about, let's say, a half a teaspoon of black pepper. This is the taste. And then another half teaspoon of ground salt. You can use any kind of salt, it's fine. And we mix together. So once we mix it, we're going to add that seasoning to our chicken. Just mix it around, or spread it out, I'm sorry, nice and evenly on the chicken. You're going to mix this up real well. You don't have to use all of it. You can use whatever you think is the right amount. See, I saved a little bit here. And then I added another teaspoon of minced garlic. And then finally, we're going to use a cap full of some good old olive oil. And this is going to help coat the chicken and help all the spices stick to the meat. And that's it. You give it a good mix up and we're ready to go. You want to make sure you marinate this chicken for at least 1 hour. So now we chop up our peppers. We've got green bell, which we're going to use a half, red bell and yellow bell. We're going to use halves with those as well as a nice medium-sized yellow onion. And we're going to chop these up into nice little cubes. Not too big, not too small. And that's it. You go through the process and you get these ready, and we're going to go a little faster for you here as well. Peppers, onion are chopped. Here we go with our ingredients for our pico de gallo. We have a nice fresh tomato. We're going to slice this up nice and thin. And then we're going to turn it and slice it the other way as well into nice little cubes like you picture pico de gallo. So you want a nice sharp knife. Cut these up. Look how beautiful that tomato is. And that's the main base ingredients. We also have a jalapeno pepper, some lime, as well as a red onion and some parsley. So we're going to chop these up as well. Next up is our red onion. I like to cut it in half and then take off the exterior skin by cutting the ends off and then just kind of peeling it back. And you want to dice these up into real small cubes here. And then add them to the tomatoes. And then it's time to slice up the jalapeno. So I diced up the jalapenos, left the seeds in so we can give it a little bit of a kick here. And then we just add a little bit of parsley, just chop it up nice and fine, throw it in the mixture. I got this from my little herb garden that I have. That's it. You throw it in. And then we add the juice of a lime. And this is where the magic happens. That acidity is going to mix up with the onions and tomatoes and jalapeno, and it's going to be delicious. And then final step, we add some salt and pepper to taste. And then we give it a good thorough mix. Here is what it looks like. It is awesome. So I prepped all this the night before. I know it seems like a lot of ingredients, but if you do it ahead of time, it makes life much easier when you're cooking. Far left, we have our pico de gallo that is spicy with the jalapeno. Far right, we have it without the jalapeno. We have our chicken mixture. We have our chopped onions and bell peppers. Top right, we have our soft taco shells. In the middle there, we have some fresh cilantro, which we're going to chop up, as well as some more lime and another jalapeno pepper that we're going to grill on the Blackstone. And then on the top left there, we have a beautiful avocado that came from my mom's property locally here in Miami. And just a little bit of oil and water. That's it. So getting ready to throw everything on, and it cooks really quick. Here we go. So we prep our grill with a little bit of oil for the veggies and onions. Temperature's at about a medium low, and we add the onions and bell peppers, and we're just going to mix these up. There's no need to cover them. These things cook really fast. Just kind of want to mix them up a little bit here, get them nice and spread out. Easier with 2 spatulas for sure. Kind of mix them all together, make them all those beautiful colors come together nicely. Looks almost like the Mexican flag. And once we get them all nice and mixed up, we're going to go ahead and put some seasoning on them as well. So here we go. We got some salt. A little bit of fresh ground pepper. You can hear that sizzle. This is when I get happy, when I hear that sizzle. Then after about a minute or so, you just want to stir them up a little bit. See kind of how they're cooking. See how the temperature is. That's how you gauge it. And you can see they're already starting to get caramelized. They look great. Just want to mix them up a couple more times. You do not want to cook these fast because the idea here is that we're going to kind of try to cook everything on the grill at the same time. So everything's nice and hot when we go to make our Mexican chicken tacos. So we're going to move this over to the far right side. And it's turned down. It's on low. And we're just going to kind of let those hang out there for a little bit. And we're going to put our chicken on. You want to let the chicken thaw out for at least a half an hour before you put it on that griddle. And you just kind of want to like spread them out so all the chicken touches the surface. It all cooks nice and evenly. And just let it cook. So here I forgot to put a little bit of oil down first, so I just went around the outside, as you can see. No big deal. That's a great thing about cooking. If you forget something, you can always add it in. You can always adapt. You can always figure your way out of a mistake. So that's the thing that I've learned over the years is you can follow a recipe all you want, but until you learn how to fix mistakes on the fly, that's when you really become a good cook. So there you go, just like that. We've got them nice coated up with oil, and we're going to let those sit for a little bit and turn them up, and they are going to be outstanding. So here I turn up the chicken a little bit just to get them cooking. I had both on low. Here's where I'm going to add the lime juice. As well as some nice chopped up fresh cilantro. This gives it a real nice flavor. I got this tip from my friends out in Texas and California. Who knows Mexican food better than those guys, other than obviously Mexico. So this chicken doesn't take long to cook either. Here we go. We're going to kind of flip them over here, and you can see they're already starting to turn color here. And the smell that's coming off of this thing now with the cilantro and the lime and the seasoning on the chicken. Oh my God, it smells incredible. So you want to flip it around, spread it out. Again, make sure everything is cooked nice and evenly. We're not going to let these be undercooked, but you just want to make sure that they're cooked evenly. Alright, so at this point, as you can see, my spatulas are nice and clean. The chicken is pretty much cooked through. I went and cleaned the spatulas with nice hot and soapy water to kill any kind of bacteria that's on there. And now I can touch the other food. So I'm going back to the onions and peppers. Going to mix those up a little bit and make sure they're not burning, which they're not. They look great. They're just kind of hanging out over there on low. And I also put down a nice little jalapeno. And then I go back to my chicken, which is pretty much cooked. It's just going to just trying to finish it up a little bit. Stir it up, make sure it's cooked through, which it is. And then I'm gonna, once I'm cooked through there or mixed up really well, I'm gonna move it over off to the left. Make room for the soft taco shells. There's our little jalapeno, which is not easy to move around with these spatulas, I gotta be honest. But it looks great. The chicken smells and looks delicious. And the jalapeno looks pretty cool on that Blackstone. Oh, the sizzle, the smell is just out of control here. We got the peppers and onions are just beautiful. Look at the colors on those things. I cannot wait to put this thing together and take a big bite out of it. That's coming up soon. As you can see, a lot of that excess moisture in the chicken is gone. The chicken is done. I'm putting down the taco shells, and these literally only take about 10-15 seconds on each side, maybe 20, let's say. Just gotta check them, and it's really just to heat them up to give them a nice little browning on the outside. But man, these things are ready to go. I can't wait to put these together. You can see the little char mark on the jalapeno. That sweetens it up, by the way. Still has some kick to it, but it definitely gives it a nice little sweeter taste. That's it. Look, it's been about 20-25 seconds, and turn them over. They're not black, they're not brown, but they have a little color to them. They look great. So we'll flip them one time, let them sit for another 15-20 seconds, and then time to take them off. So here's the cool thing. You can cook these taco shells and take them off and then add some more and leave that chicken and that onion and pepper and other jalapeno pepper on there, and they just kind of relax and chill out. And you can add up some more, or I'm sorry, heat up some more taco shells. So that's nice. It keeps it nice and warm. You're still heating up some soft taco tortillas. And you can see them. Oh, they look good. Here's a little close-up right before we take them off. Look at that. That looks really good. Beautiful onions and peppers. The tortilla shells are puffing up a little bit because they're getting nice and brown. That jalapeno looks delicious. And then finally the chicken. Look at that chicken. Woo! We're gonna tear that up. Put a little avocado on there and call it a day. Man, we got some Mexican tacos, chicken Mexican tacos. I've been wanting to make these for a long time. I got some advice from some friends in California and Texas last week. We got some cilantro in there, some limes, some cumin. Oh, they look delicious. Let's give it a shot. Oh my God, this thing is huge. It's packed. Mmm. Wow, that is bursting with flavor. The pico de gallo with the jalapenos, you can definitely taste that. The avocado adds a nice touch. The cumin, the lime, the cilantro. And man, this came out awesome. Everybody, thank you for watching, subscribing, liking. Big Cat.